was very sweet, sending her to prom. Did she have a good time?
Oh, they had a great time.
Richie cracking those nuts.
He always has a way to get to the point and, make a joke out of it.
Kathy, Yvette from Manhattan said, Victoria seems so mature. Do you think surviving a life-threatening illness changed her?
Definitely. Being in the hospital and seeing how other kids didn't get the clean bill of health that she did and going through what she had to go through.
How old was she?
She was 10 years old. She had a brain tumor the size of a tennis ball, but thankfully it was benign. She never asked, why me?
When that happened, I was at the hospital every day. It was so traumatic with me.
Yeah, you were at the hospital. I don't know if you were.
I was there a few times.
You came with Rosie before she had surgery, and then after with Melissa and Joe.
And I have to say, Victoria touched my life, because ever since that happened, that's why I always have a positive attitude. You shouldn't take these little petty things so seriously.
Do you not sweat the small stuff?
I'm saying, exactly.
It actually seems like you've gotten derailed by very small, something she writes on a card to you for your housewarming, or the cookies. Well, so those things seem like a little petty.
Well, if somebody goes at you, then you're going to go back at them. I mean, if you had a brother-in-law that kept jabbing at you, eventually I'm sure you're going to jab back at him.
Okay. Michael from Yuma says, it seems like Rich likes to stir the pot, especially with Teresa. Are you ever embarrassed by the mean things your husband says?
Yeah, I am. He also has a very soft spot in his heart for her. He's known her since she's 17 years old.
Really?
Yeah. If you were ever sat in on a family meal with his family, with his sisters, and that's the way they joke.
Well, now, he's been great. It bothered me years ago. That's why I started distancing myself from them. I distanced myself from Kathy because I couldn't take Richie anymore.
Are you not saying the word distanced?
Distant. I distanced myself from him.
Distanced.
Distance.
Okay.
I distanced myself from Kathy and Richie because I couldn't take his crap anymore. But, I loved Richie when I first met him.
Not to interrupt you, but I think a big part of it was he used to bust on her all the time. But what happened was Joe would laugh along with him.
I don't know if Joe would laugh with him. Joe just...
Yeah, they would laugh. They always laughed.
Sometimes I would say to him, Joe, why don't you tell Richie to shut the up? I'm like, he's always busting on me. And he's like, well, Teresa, I don't want to cause problems between you and your cousin.
Was there anything specific that he said to you this season that...
Yeah, wow. When I went to his house, the holy water...
That was a joke.
That was a joke? I didn't
What did he say about the holy water?
I guess he was trying to say I was a devil. Or I was a exorcist.
But I think that since you do know him for so long, you know the tone in his voice and the way he acts.
When I watched it on the show, I took it offensively. But now that you're saying it was a joke, I accept it. I'm good with it.
Well, this season we learned that if one word is off limits in Jersey, it is unattended. Take a look.
If she wants to have me in her life, she'll have me in her life. If she doesn't, I'm sorry to say, then she loses. I remember having a conversation with Teresa, and her exact words were, family sucks. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Kathy has another side to her. Trust me, I know.
Punches were being flown. Adriana was left alone.
Kat, do not go there. I'm serious, Kat.
I saw a baby in a stroller. It was Adriana. I got her out of there. When you're a mom, all you're thinking about is kids and safety.
Come on. She's saying, at the christening, did Kathy have my daughter?
They say your cousin, you're supposed to be ashamed of yourself.
It is very nice to see you.
Well, now it's nice to see me, right?
What do you mean by that?
Nothing, Kathy. Nothing. It's great to see you.
You better wrap a sweater around that icy heart, because you're going to catch a nasty cold. She's such a bitch. I know.
I'm going to go to Kathy's.
Kathy's definitely not being a good cousin to our family. If she was a good cousin, she would say, you know what, Joey? Go be with your sister. If she was a good cousin, she's not. It's always about the children. So
Once again, Teresa,
right now,
what
when
I
you
said.
said detach from the children, still bothers me what you said about Adriana. Like, how dare you? Like, I left my child unattended?
It's never been my intention to ever hurt her. And how things got so horribly blown out of proportion, I don't understand.
I just want to say I apologize about the whole beach incident.
I don't ever want you to think that I would ever insult your abilities of being a mom.
I love you. I love you so much.
I like that ending. So why did Kathy's comment about Adriana being unattended set you off? It seems that Adriana was unattended, and the cameras caught it.
That, you know, no mom wants to be attacked on their child.
I wasn't attacking you or your child.
At the time, that's how I took it. I would never leave my daughter unattended. We were at a christening. We were at my brother's christening. Nobody's gonna.
I didn't say that you left your children unattended.
No, if she was a good cousin, she wouldn't have said that to me.
My God.
I don't like that she said that.
It's all about me being a bad cousin. She's a bad wife. I'm a bad cousin. She's a bad person.
She took your child out of danger.
Yes.
She's a good cousin because she did what I would want somebody to do.
Kathy, when the tough got going, you ran away.
Can I just back up? I'm just trying to understand. Hold on.
Insane. My daughter was out of danger. She was on the side.
No, she wasn't.
Yes,
she was alone.
It's okay if she was.
All of our children were in danger that day.
I wheeled her off and gave her to Maria, if I remember correctly.
So if you did, I didn't see that.
I'm telling you.
She was.
If
My
that were me, I
children were
would have
even in
thanked
danger.
her.
Thank you.
That's all. Thank you.
Teresa, you shouldn't be so defensive because you know what? You should be a little bit more secure. You're a great mother.
I know I'm a great
mother.
mother.
Then why did you flip out like that?
Because you're trying to stick a dig to me.
You are taking the words that I'm coming out of my mouth, and you're hearing one thing, and you're playing it over and over in your head. Don't be so defensive. Not everything is meant.
Hello, I'm being attacked by three of you.
You're not being attacked.
I hate when you say that. You are not being attacked. But if I took it offensively, I'm owning it. I took it offensively.
Does hearing her explain all that make you understand where she was coming from?
Now
You're fine with it, but you still wrote a blog last week attacking my character after we made up and said that you wanted to be sisters again. You said she's sneaky and manipulative. I'm sneaky and manipulative? No. If you really wanted to be back to the way we used to be, you didn't need to attack my character.
An hour is good enough for you and your family?
I'll take a second with my family.
I wanted the whole night.
Well, you're selfish.
Frida from Huntsville emails, Kathy, you said you once pulled your sister's hair. Were you talking about your fierce sister, Rosie?
Yeah. I didn't do it intentionally, but I did pull her hair.
It happened at my house.
Yeah, it happened at Teresa's house.
Guts to pull Rosie's hair. That's all I'm going to say.
Some guts.
You know, we were waiting around for Teresa to get ready, and Rosie was getting frustrated. I said, Ro, you're not the only one that's waiting. We're all waiting. And she, oh, you always stick up for Teresa. She went to get in the car, and I went to grab at her. I happened to pull her hair, and she reacted, and you want to steer clear when she reacts.
Is that why she wears hats all the time now?
No, Rosie's just not a hair girl, so she just puts a hat on it.
Teresa, in your blog you wrote, I was devastated that Melissa and my brother Joey left our house in the middle of Christmas Eve and went to Kathy's. Kathy, do you feel like you did something wrong by inviting them to your house?
You know they spend Christmas Eve with me all the time.
But this year was different. You were having problems.
This was the first year I did not spend Christmas with my brother.
Can I just say something? That particular blog made me so sick to my stomach.
You called me evil?
I mean, if I heard you say how brokenhearted Antonia was and how devastated you and your...
She started crying.
We came to your house and spent 3 hours.
3 hours? 1 hour?
No, we were there for 3 hours.
Okay, 3 hours.
Why couldn't you appreciate the hour and say, baby steps, we're building on something?
We did.
So
and
why
can I
did you
say
take that hour and turn it
I don't know how
around?
you are with your brothers and sisters. This was the first year I wasn't with my brother.
But there was a reason.
And I'm always with my
brother.
brother.
But there was a reason you weren't with him.
I was mad at her. And I was
okay, another thing. You did...
Because I felt like if you were a good cousin...
I know, I'm a bad cousin because I invited your brother to Christmas Eve.
With your parents.
I did.
Even your mom should have said...
I did. We did.
Why are you shouldn't be here. You should be with your mother and father. God forbid something happens next year. God forbid. Please, God. And he didn't spend Christmas Eve with my parents.
He did.
We always spent it together. We sit together.
You were. You took that hour and ruined it.
No.
Yes, you did. You had an hour with your family. Instead of being grateful,
that's how you are with your family.
You turned it into a problem.
I love to spend the whole night together.
It's not about you.
It's about the family.
You had your parents together. Be grateful for that hour. Don't turn it into a problem.
Maybe that's what you want. An hour is good enough for you and your family.
I'll take a second kid with my family.
I wanted the whole night.
Well, you're selfish.
I'm not selfish.
Yes, you are. It's not about your family. It's about you and only you. This is ridiculous.